let's go back to this, right?
What is this? I don't even.
I'm rich. I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
Nobody ever fucking invites me to that shit, right?
But yeah,
the
you didn't even
Trilateral
get on the
Commission.
island.
I didn't get an email.
Did you feel like a loser a little bit, like not finding your name more in the?
No, no, that shit, no. But I'm just talking about the Trilateral Commission, right?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
The protocols of the elders. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the real shit.
Did you at least get an invite to one of the Sterling Freakoffs?
No.
Welcome back to the Adam Friedland Show, guys. This is Adam Friedland. Thanks for joining us. I'm going on the road. I'll be in Tampa, Florida, Los Angeles, California. That's for the Netflix is a Joke Festival. San Francisco, California, and Portland, Oregon. More dates will be announced throughout the year. You can get tickets at adamfriedland.show, and there's also a link in the description of this video. My guest this week is American businessman and billionaire Mark Cuban. How do I put this? The story of Cuban is, I guess, the story of the American dream, as you'll find out. First, he got the money, and then he got the power, and then he got the pussy. He arrived in Miami, Florida in 1980 as a refugee with his best friend, Manolo Rivera. After a drug deal gone wrong, where he witnessed a man being dismembered via chainsaw, he began working for Jewish businessman Frank Lopez and developed an attraction to his wife, Elvira, who's from Baltimore, and she also just seems kind of like a frigid bitch. Do you when they met at a club and she was dancing, and he's like, "Where'd you from?" Mark Cuban said, "Where'd you from?" And she's like, "Baltimore." Yeah. Anyway, Mark had a strained relationship with his family because of his ties to organized crime. He famously, of course, tried to offer his mother $1,000 that he claimed to earn as a political organizer, which she rejected outright. But then his sister, Gina, accepted the money, and then after that, he told Manolo to stay away from his sister, okay? Famous, we all know that. Okay, shortly thereafter, he was sent to Bolivia. On the side, he negotiated a drug deal behind Frank, what's his name, Frank?
Lopez.
Yeah. Behind Frank Lopez's back, he negotiated a drug deal with Alejandro Sosa, who's kind of the classiest guy in the whole story. Yeah, and then Frank... In the whole history. And then Frank gets mad about it. He's kind of going around Frank's back. And then what transpires afterwards is kind of course, boring. And the story kind of drags. But of course, we all know the ending, which is that at his mother's behest, Mark Cuban, high on cocaine, tracks down his sister. And he finds her with who? None other than Manolo, who he said, "Stay away from my sister." And then Cuban shoots Manolo dead. And then learns that Gina, who his sister, was just got married to him. Fuck. And then he takes Gina to his estate and begins a cocaine binge in his office, of course, and then he accuses, and then Gina turns to him and accuses him of wanting her for himself. She gets naked. And she's kind of hot too.
His sister? His sister's hot. Yeah.
Look up, you can mark you. Look it up actually. Real quick, we'll say pause for Caleb to see. Just check it out. Not Mark, Scarface sister, maybe X videos. Yeah, there. So that's his sister. Kind of get that bigger for me. Enhance. Cool. Sorry, I'm dragging. We just saw a picture of my. Anyway, so she shoots. She said she accuses Mark Cuban of wanting her for himself, and then she shoots and wounds him, and then subsequently she's killed by one of Sosa's men, who Mark Cuban kills in return. And then, of course, Sosa's men invade the grounds and kill Mark Cuban's guards, including Chi-Chi, who's the one who, along with Manny, saved him from the chainsaw thing on Miami Beach. And then Mark takes a rifle and a grenade launcher to the invaders, and he kills a bunch of them, but then he gets shot in the back, and he succumbs to his wounds. And then, of course, Mark Cuban falls over the railing from the upstairs, which is open to the kind of an upstairs balcony situation. Do you have a one-story or two-story house growing up?
Two-story.
Probably one story over there, but why two? But you know how like we had the balcony because divorced. His parents got divorced. He falls. So Mark Cuban then succumbs to his injuries after being shot in the back. He's killed, and then his body falls from the balcony into the pool, which is he has an indoor pool, and he has his globe, and at the base of the globe, the motto, "The world is yours," reads. Is red. Anyway, so say hello to my little friend. So say hello to my little friend, Mark Cuban. Ladies and gentlemen, legendary American entrepreneur, Mark Cuban, everyone! I'm excited about this. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. You guys sounded big for once. For once. First of all, I want to start give you a little credit for something, right?
Okay.
One of the news stories I think that is going to be, if I'm reading the tea leaves, going to be huge, is this goddamn Jeffrey Epstein story.
Uh-huh.
So we search, you're clean, my friend.
No, I was in there one time.
What? But you weren't in there. You were mentioned.
I was mentioned by somebody. I think Steve Bannon sent an article to Epstein saying that I might run for president.
Well, all I'm saying is this: everyone's mad at all these folks that are in the Epstein emails, but they're not. Do you feel like you get enough credit for not being in the Epstein emails?
Yeah, let's just keep me out of that same conversation.
Well, actually, we got you an award. I had this made for you. It's Mark Cuban not in the Epstein email.
Thank you.
Give it to him.
Thank you. I want to thank my family and.
I have a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
Okay, last name we got to talk about first off. Okay, Cuban.
Yeah. Where'd you come from?
You're Jewish.
Yeah, I'm Jewish. Yeah.
It's not fair
Why?
that your last name gets to be that.
Imagine growing up when I grew up with the last name like Cuban. Like, what do you think my nickname was when I was a little kid?
Heshi Teshowitz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, you right?
Yes, exactly.
Everybody called me Castro, like up until I was like 17 years old.
But that's cool. You're like, you have a cigar in your mouth. You're like, you're a gorilla.
Right.
You invented the Eurostep, apparently.
Yes.
Do you know about that? Castro invented the Eurostep.
I did not know that.
It's a popular internet lore. Apparently he could hoop. And he could
I'd
pitch.
seen something about that. Yeah, I knew he could play baseball.
Yeah. For the Havana Sugar Kings or something. but also, it's just not fair like that I have to just my name sounds like this. And my name was Adam Dominican.
Yeah, right? Right? No, when I go to, before anybody knew who I was,
cool.
when I would go to Miami, it was always, are you? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you?
You're like, it's a little on the nose. What's your real last name?
Where it came from? Yeah. So I'm into genealogy, so I'll give you.
Yeah, me too.
So my great, however many generations back, were in Tsarist Russia, right?
Yeah, same.
And back then, your name was like Igor Igorovich or something like that, right? But they wanted to know who the Jews were, and so they told them they had to have a last name. They created last names for them.
Yeah.
And the last names were based off of what town you lived in. And so however many generations back, I lived in this town called Kadimi, right? Uh-huh. And then it went from Kadimi to Chabinsky, and then when it got more anglicized, it went to Chabinsky. And then when my grandparents came over on the boat, they just some people started calling him Cuban. They don't know exactly when or how, but people just started calling him Cuban.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's how it got to that. And literally, my name is Cuban, but on my dad's birth certificate, it's spelled Cubin.
Really?
Yeah, my grandparents didn't speak much of English and all that shit.
Well, to me, it's Chabinsky. Okay,
Chabinsky,
you're on notice. There you go. Yeah. I'm actually Landau, apparently.
Landau?
Yeah.
As in Martin?
I think it's literally the same family. I think it was like the family lore is 10 brothers and sisters. Nine of them went to Ellis Island, and my dipshit relative went to Cape Town, South Africa. You got on the wrong boat, literally.
Wrong boat. Whoops.
Yeah.
Wait, have you ever heard of Marty Allen, the old school comedian?
Yeah.
That's my great uncle.
Really?
He was like the famous person. You know how every family in the family lore coming up from the old country, right? But your great uncle Marty Allen, he's big time with his hair.
With the curly hair. Yeah. So he's got show business in his blood.
In my blood, right?
All right, I want to just cruise through like where you come from. You grew up in
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yeah. You went to college. You had a bar.
Yeah.
I got some pictures of this goddamn it was chaos over there.
Oh
at
man,
that
it was
bar.
great.
It does, with some of the faces are blacked out, it does kind of look like it's from the Epstein. Like,
Yeah, that was blacked out because that was for a different reason. Yeah.
Is this you kiss? You're smooching on the
Oh
floor?
yeah, that was me. Wasn't from the bar.
This is from the Department of Justice, guys.
No, it is not from the
Yes,
Department
it
of
is.
Justice.
Yes,
right?
it is.
It was worse.
Oh my God! Look at you guys are doing that elephant walk thing with the
Yeah, because
penises.
what that was
it's pretty cool.
so
That's brotherhood.
rugby teammates, and so I played rugby, and back when Google, what was the original Google social media thing they came out with? Whatever it was, like in 2008 or whatever.
Oh yes, Google a reader. No.
I don't remember, but anyways,
whatever.
So this is back then. I was like, okay, I'll put my shit up there, thinking it was private, and then all of a sudden I got these emails from a reporter. Oh my God, whatever the site was, you got it because they're Deadspin, right? Deadspin, and they're like, we got all these pictures of you, like naked pictures and fucked up things and doing the elephant walk.
Yeah, this one he's licking.
You're right.
This is from Little St. James Island. Of
Nerd, I'm
yes,
from
it
Miami,
is.
right?
That's
I'm from Miami.
Dude,
and she was 47. Yeah, she was 47.
Okay.
Yeah. But in any event, so I had all these crazy rugby pictures that I posted, and one of the guys, the reason so much of it is blacked out is one of the guys, Bob Constantine, he was the one that always liked to get naked. There's always a couple of rugby players that, parties.
Yeah.
And so we had to black him out, but great guy. And so he went to Africa to
vaccines
to deal with malaria, right? To save people from
really
malaria and build nets and everything for people. And then he died of malaria. And so this was like a month before all this shit came out. And I'm like, look, you got me, right? There's nothing I can do. You're going to post everything. Do me a favor. Let me annotate him. Right. You don't want to just fuck with this guy and show his naked pictures of him after he just died being a great citizen, right? And doing the right thing. Yeah.
But he had a nice one. If he had a nice one, maybe we can remember.
So there's a bar in Indianapolis. There's a bar in Indianapolis. And his nickname was Teeny Constantini.
No. You're a good man. He's literally a good man. But is that why you started Micro Solutions?
No.
Is that why you started?
That's the best line ever. The best line I ever heard.
Wait, did you ever find the solution, or?
Yeah, I did find the solution.
Because I heard that you can increase the girth, but the length.
And oh my God, I can't remember the name. It was a rugby bar in Indianapolis, and literally they have a picture, a blown up picture of Teeny Constantine, Bob Constantine. And just standing there naked, to honor him, because that's how he was for all these rugby players. And there's a picture of him standing naked, holding up a sign, and he has looking like a flasher at an airport. Literally, it was at an airport. The guy was just a stud. He was amazing, and so that's how they honored him.
Who's got the smallest in the NBA? I'm just kidding.
I don't know, right?
Yeah. Has a guy ever made it to league? Because it's so hard to make it to the league.
Yeah, of course.
Right? It's just the chances of making it to the league. And just like, if you have to imagine a guy's got, he needs a micro solution, let's just say, right? And he's worked his ass off his whole life. He goes to D1, he goes to D1 college. He's just been in showers with just legends his whole life. And he makes it to the league. If anything, I'm like, there should be like that kind of.
I'll just tell you my one. I'll tell you the one story. I'm not going to name the player.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So right when I
Popeye Jones. Yeah.
No, I couldn't. But right when I got to the NBA, I would go out and hang out with some of the guys, and we were hanging out, and one of his buddies goes, whoever he touches, female wise, let me just tell you, whoever comes in behind him is going to be a hot dog in a hallway. I'm like, point taken, moving on.
Wait, so do you ever do you think athletes might get so famous that they might have like affairs on their wives and girlfriends? Is that ever a concern?
I stay out of their personal lives.
Yeah. What if you saw them having an affair and then their lovely wife called you and said, what happened? What do you do?
I just say I wasn't there.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't get in.
What happens on Little St. James?
Oh my goodness.
So I like this little detail I found. You went to University of Indiana for or Indiana University.
Indiana University.
IU. Congrats.
Thank
got
you.
a chip? You
Yeah,
got a chip?
the natty,
big
baby.
Big one?
Yes.
Yeah, everyone on the team was 29 years old.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The
We did it
score
for
is the
school.
score. The score is the
score
score.
is the score. You chose it because it was the cheapest business school?
Yeah, out of the top 10, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And you paid your way through college. So you had some. Like, you were a hustler.
Yeah, totally. Because
Yeah.
I had to pay for my own school.
What is this chain letter situation?
Oh, it was great. That's how I paid for my junior year of college.
What are you, Bernie Madoff? What is
Pretty damn close.
Yeah.
So what it was one of these things where there was a list, you got a letter, right? And there was a list of 10 people on the letter. And when you start at the bottom and when you work your way at the top, people are sending you money. So like I give the letter to you and you send, back then it was, you gave me $50 because I sold it to you, and then you sent $50 to the person at the top of the list. And then that way, then you work your way up the list. Then the person you sent the money to, you take their name off the list, right? And you work your way up. And it's your job to go out and get more people to participate.
That's smart.
So I made sure I sold all the names up and literally sold it to as many people as possible. Made sure none of the people I sold it to lost any money. They all at least broke even.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I got up to the top.
Suckers at the bottom.
Suckers at the bottom,
Yeah,
right? People got
suckers.
greedy, didn't
Yeah.
take care of their own. And I literally made $400 or $500, which back then was
your
like,
tuition.
That was my tuition.
Yeah, $500.
Crazy, right? Yeah, crazy.
Well, Jesus Christ, our generation is screwed.
As fuck, yeah.
You moved to Dallas. Like, how big do you like your women?
Like hair or no? Dallas women aren't.
It's not Houston.
No, it's not.
And it's not San Antonio.
No, definitely not San Antonio.
Yeah. You
San
know,
Antonio.
Chuck talks about that.
No, Chuck talks about it all the
Yeah.
time, right?
Yeah.
But no, Dallas women are hot. Yeah.
They're hot?
Yeah, for sure.
And you used to go down to Galveston?
Galveston, not
Yeah.
often, but a couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they had the oil in the water.
That part I
Have
never
you seen
got
that
to.
Chuck rant on
No,
Galveston?
no, I didn't see
He's
that
like, they
one.
ain't go to Cancun, they go to Galveston. They got oily water.
Chuck is the best. Have you ever met Chuck?
No, I read his autobiography.
No, you should have him on. I'll connect you.
Please get him on right now.
I'll
Oh my
connect you.
God. Okay,
He's
all of my
he's the
gotcha
best guy
questions
ever.
are out the window.
He's the best guy ever.
He's my hero. He is the funniest comedian in America.
By far.
Yeah.
By far.
The funniest comedy show, in fact, the best show is just Inside the NBA.
The NBA, yeah.
It frustrates me when I see players now, they're all podcasters, because I'm like, I have to, like, I lied my way into like having a meeting with Rich Paul, because I'm like,
Nice.
I was changing agencies, and UTA was like, I was like, next time I'm in Los Angeles, I demand a meeting with Rich Paul.
Uh-huh.
And they took it seriously, I guess. They didn't realize I was joking, so I like went into this man's office. And I guess now that he's starting a podcast, there was like
Yeah, he's
stuff
doing
for
a
us to talk
podcast,
about.
yeah.
But I was just like, can you stop? Like, you're if I was the biggest agent in sports, like I'm doing this because I'm not in the NBA. Like, I have to do this.
Right?
Yeah, and then and I'm like, you don't want no part of this life, This is like,
Oh, there's no part of the podcast
why
life?
are you podcasting?
Yeah, you don't
should just
understand, right?
You should just, why are you doing this? I have to do this. I have no choice because I'm like 5'10" and like a buck 20 wet or something. No, but then the last 15 minutes, I kind of like, I think we had a productive conversation. Then he just started taking calls, and he was like talking to players. And he's like, "Yeah, I got a
he's
couple
showing
teams,
off. Yeah, he's
couple
showing.
teams interested." I'm like, "What should I be?"
He's really
here for
talking to
this?"
his mom, is what he's doing.
Yeah. He's like, it's DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
But yeah, at a certain point, I was like just loitering in a man's office, and he kept taking calls. And I kept just being like, I want to say goodbye. No, never mind. And then he like hangs up on a call, and he goes, "You see, college basketball sucks, dude." And I was like, "Yeah, it does." And he goes, I'm like, "It's been nice being here. I feel like I've been waiting for 20 minutes." And he's like, "Yeah." I was
He
like,
made me wait too, so it's okay.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
Oh, come
He
on,
was
Rich.
doing the golf. Do you do golf club?
No, I hate golf.
He did golf club in the office thing, like for movies, where like he's like having a conversation with me. He's like, "So what's your process?"
No, he did not.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. How cool is that?
Bullshit.
That's cool.
Bullshit.
No, but that's like business style. That's like corner
No,
office.
man.
So what's your process? What drives you?
Right?
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
swing, right?
Okay, first question is like, you suddenly became a billionaire in one moment in your life.
Yeah.
What is that? What the
So-
fuck is that?
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
So the company, we started it as AudioNet. And
Yeah.
we were the very first streaming company.
Did you call the top?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
That's
But we'll get
pimp.
to that, right? And so started AudioNet, was first streaming company, and just growing like a weed. And we were just audio, added video. We named ourselves Broadcast.com.
Yeah.
Went public. Biggest IPO, first day IPO jump in the history of the stock market at the time. And then a year and a half later, we sold to Yahoo for $5.7 billion in stock. In stock though,
In stock,
right?
yeah.
Right? So then I was like, look, I don't need to be greedy, right? I got this B
Yeah.
next to my name and I'm happy with that. And so I did this thing called a caller where it was a public company, Yahoo, and I sold calls and bought puts to protect my downside and give up some of the upside, protect my downside, caller it. Not 3 months later, everything craters. And they called it one of the top 10 trades in Wall Street history.
Were you blowing the whistle on the dot-com bubble? Like, were you saying like, listen, this is everything's just
No, the companies were cool,
Yeah.
right? It was just the valuations in the stock market. Like literally, I would come to New York and be in a cab and people would be talking about, oh, you broadcast.com, right? Oh, I buy broadcast. I mean, everybody was talking about stocks. Like now people talk about crypto or whatever, but you're not getting in your Uber and everybody's talking stocks. And that's the difference. It was just, you could just tell it was just, people were just too excited about trading stocks. There would be ads on television, let's trade stocks. It was just a different
It's
world.
kind of like the Robin Hood thing that happened like 5 years ago, right? Like, well, there was just like, just all my friends.
Oh yeah, everybody getting into Robinhood, buying, selling crypto.
Yeah, we thought that. We thought
to the
we were-
moon, right?
We
With
thought we were
Dogecoin.
wolves of Wall Street.
Yeah.
All of us just got
Ripped.
My friend called me. He's like, I just lost $50,000. He's like, I think I have a gambling addiction.
For real.
Yeah. So what is a billion? Like, what is that? Like, what is $1 billion? Like, what is having $1 billion? What does it
Fucking
feel
amazing.
like? Does it feel good?
It feels really good.
Really?
Really.
But what does it do? Like, what
I don't have to stress about the bullshit I used to have to stress.
$500 million you don't have to stress, right?
This is true, but I
Right.
wasn't going to give it back.
I know. I'm not saying that, but like, your wife's not gonna understand what $1 billion is, right?
Nobody does. Like it was weird. Like when it first happened.
Right.
I mean, you can't even fathom it. Like when it.
Do you
when it-
laugh? Did you laugh?
Yes.
You're like, this is
like
stupid.
it was insane. Like to this day. I mean, it's just like how the fuck this happened to me. But like when it first happens, it's like, okay. I mean, I remember the moment, right? And it was like this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. How did this happen? And then your first inclination is what changes, And for me, it was like I wanted to buy a plane. And so
The plane is the thing,
the
right?
plane is the thing, yeah.
Because you could be like, I want to go to Tokyo for dinner.
I can go right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can go
That's
right now.
crazy. I want to go to Brazil to shop. For
Let's
one
go.
Thing.
Let's go.
Really, you could do that?
I can do that.
Do you want to go to Magic City right now?
The wings, right?
We
The
gotta
wings.
get the lemon pepper loos. So the plane. So I guess it's just kind of like the plane is the thing.
The plane's what you can buy. Like now with $1 billion, you can't afford a sports team. Back then you could,
It's so
right?
cool.
It's crazy. But so the plane was one thing, but the weird part was like how everybody else responds to you. Like my brothers, my parents, my friends.
Oh, the jackals.
Right. Well, they just don't know, right?
parasites.
They're like, okay, what's going to change? Like I had one dude that was kind of like a running buddy type dude that I wasn't close to, but he just sent me a letter, right? Didn't ask me, sent me a letter asking for $275,000.
And
Like,
he said he's going to give $275,000 to the next person.
right? And put your name at the bottom of the list.
That's
right.
Yeah. But like you still go to Costco and stuff.
No, I go to Target. Yeah, I go to Walmart,
sick.
just whatever. Yeah,
He's just like he's just like us, dude.
right. No,
So us. Yeah. I mean, here's my take, right? $1 billion, like you just want to have more money than other guys, right?
at the beginning.
It's a little bit like you're thinking about other guys all day.
All day.
The only plausible way to do it, in my mind, is if you have a team, right?
That's where my head was. Yeah.
It must be the best thing ever.
When you're winning.
Well, no, yes, right.
When
But
you're
like,
losing, it's brutal.
I remember you coming into the league and being the loudmouth owner
Yeah.
of the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
And then I'm a Laker fan, so I'm like, oh, screw this guy. But then in reality, it's like, if I had my own boys, my squad, like I would be doing it like you.
Oh my God,
pretty
it was
much.
so much, like when I first got in and nobody knew what to expect and didn't know
Yeah.
shit about me, I mean, I would fuck with everybody. Like I'd get fined for shit. But like Phil Jackson, right? So he and I, because back then, regular old school media, right?
Yeah,
You could just talk to a reporter and everybody would see it.
Yeah.
And so like he would talk shit about me. Oh, he doesn't know this. And I would just talk shit right back. So like I called him my bucket boy. I called him my piss boy. And I'm getting interviewed.
Piss boy, the Zen master?
Right? The Zen master is my piss boy.
Piss boy.
Right? Because it's from this old Mel Brooks movie, right? Where there's this thing about piss boy. And so it's just like.
Oh, like the chamber pot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why Phil Jackson?
Just because he would fuck with me and I
Yeah.
would fuck with him right back. That's what
How
made it
old
fun.
were you when you bought the Mavs?
41.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. And they're younger guys now. There's Pera in.
Yeah, Robert Parrott. Yeah.
How old was he when he bought it?
I think he was. I don't know. I don't even know with Robert because he never would show up to the meetings. So
Yeah. What was his thing? It was from like routers.
Yeah.
He has the best routers.
I don't know if he has the best, but Russia buys a lot of them.
I know. your boy Pablo just did a thing on it.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Your boy
yeah.
Pablo.
My boy Pablo.
Should we
yeah.
call him right now? Should we prank him?
You can call Pablo. I don't care.
You-
Para?
you-
I don't know Para's stuff. I don't know him at all.
You and Pablo were beefing, right, about the Ballmer thing?
No, I wasn't beefing. I get along great with Pablo, right?
Yeah.
It's just that we just disagreed.
I just want to talk a little bit about that 2011 run because I
Yeah.
think the NBA, we don't really see Cinderella runs like that.
And that was.
And when did you know there was something happening?
Not till we got past the Lakers. When we swept the Lakers, then I knew, because I'm always the type that because in 2006, we made it to the finals. We go up 2-0 against the Heat, and I'll never forget, it's the third quarter, we're up 14 points, I'm standing behind the bench, and I'm thinking to myself, we might sweep these motherfuckers, right? And then 2 minutes later, boom, it all falls apart. So I never got like cocky or overconfident thinking this is going to happen until like there's a picture of me next to the bench with like 30 seconds to go and we're up 10. And there's just a bunch of us, me and Brendan Haywood, Deshaun Stevens, just screaming at the top of our lungs. And that's all the stress release, right? Because when you get into the playoffs, it's stressful as fuck. Right, because you're just going, and the further you get, the more stressful it becomes.
Was there a satisfying aspect about the like not 1, not 2, not 3 about like
Beating the shit out of it? Yeah,
the Heat?
Yeah. The best part about that, no matter where I went, people would just clap. Like I came to New York, I had an event that I had to do in New York, and I got off the plane, right? My plane. I got off my plane, and literally the people that were just working at the airport started clapping.
Yeah.
I walked into a restaurant here.
You beat LeBron?
Yeah, because we beat LeBron. And I walked into a restaurant here, people stood up and started clapping.
In retrospect, kind of like that year, I feel like was what, I think he was beloved. And then there was the decision.
Yep.
And then that last press conference after JJ snatched his soul.
Right.
After JJ Barea literally snatched his soul.
Took him.
Oh, that's your boys too?
Took him. Yeah. Just ask Bad Buddy, right?
But that fucking press conference, like where he's being a dickhead. Clutch Sports, a UTA family, but where
I
he's
remember
like,
because I was drunk. I
yeah,
didn't
you
see
had
that.
to be
Yeah.
hammered. But he was like, they were like, what do you say to your critics? And he's like, you're poor, and you're not LeBron James. Tomorrow you're gonna wake up poor. And I'm just, and from the I saw him be like a darling of the league, and then from the decision that
changed.
a year later, I think like his reputation still hasn't kind of recovered.
Yeah, I mean, he's LeBron.
He's LeBron.
He's LeBron.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Well, he's cool. He's cool to me,
Yeah.
right? Because he produces movies and he's given me cameos in a bunch of his movies. So that's my guy.
What can you tell me about my goat a little bit? I know he was on your
what?
team. My goat a little bit. Kobe beat.
Oh yeah. Kobe's a real deal. Yeah, we miss him.
Yeah.
I had a great relationship with Kobe.
Yeah.
He
he liked it if you were mean to him.
Yeah, no, because I
Yeah.
fucked him. Like I said, they should amnesty him, and then this was like the anniversary, like 13-year anniversary of me saying that, and him coming and torching the Mavs for 40-some points.
Yeah, we had some
and then
fun
saying,
ones.
saying amnesty that,
Yeah. There was a Lakers Mavs game a couple of years ago where Luka was maybe his second year or third year, and he was just going possession for possession with LeBron in that fourth quarter. Do you remember that game? It was like a regular season game. And I was just like, it was unbelievable.
That's when you saw what Luka was
that's when
all
he
about.
arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your favorite guy.
Luka?
Yeah.
Cooper Flag. No, I love Luka. Luka's my guy.
How does it feel, Cooper Flag?
It's crazy.
The domestic whites.
Yeah.
We let these Euros come over here and
The domestic
be
whites,
better
yeah.
at sports than us, and then now the ride, Chet and Cooper Flag. It's Wakanda a little bit for us, no? It's representation, right? When I watched Austin Reeves on the Lakers, I'm like, if I played on a team with LeBron James, I would be busting my ass like this guy, right?
And look what's happened.
Yeah.
Austin's become a hell of a player.
Yeah.
Hell of a player.
My morning flew by and I didn't have time to cook anything, and I looked at the clock and now it's 10 a.m. and I'm hungry and it's March? That's what I said to myself, realizing that life is super chaotic and we just don't have the time to do everything we want. What do I want? Easy nutrition that's ready for me whenever I want and actually tastes good. This is where my friends at Huel come in, sponsor of the podcast. That's Huel. Huel is a perfect solution for high protein, routine support, busy days, habit building, convenience, and control this year. That was a little fast. I have goals to be healthier and keep on top of my nutrition this year, and fortunately I've found an easy way to stick to my habits all without compromising my nutrition and goals. This is thanks to Huel. If I'm being honest, I'm absolutely the person who looks up at 1 p.m. and realizes I've had coffee, just coffee. No breakfast, no lunch, just caffeine. So lately I've been keeping Huel Black Edition around to stop myself from doing that. How's that performance? On days I'm sprinting out the door, I grab a Black Edition ready to drink. It's a complete meal. 35 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber, 27 essential vitamins and minerals, no artificial sweeteners, and it's just under $5. Which is kind of amazing because it's cheaper than a latte and actually keeps me full. Am I losing my mind right now? Which is kind of amazing because it's cheaper than a latte and actually keeps me full until lunch. And I know what you're asking. Does it taste good? Answer, really good. My go-to is the chocolate peanut butter. Actually, so good. Then on days when I want something more customizable, I of course use the Black Edition powder. I'll blend it with ice and milk if I'm doing the whole smoothie moment. Or I'll just shake it with water if I'm being lazy. With a bigger boost of 40 grams of protein, same complete nutrition, just a different vibe. The RTD plus powder duo has basically become my insurance policy against chaotic days. Limited time offer. Get Huel today with my exclusive offer of 15% off online with my code TAFS at huel.com/TAFS. New customers only. Thank you to Huel for partnering and supporting our show. If you're busy, this is a game changer. This episode of the Adam Friedland Show is sponsored / brought to you by Squarespace, guys. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out scaling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, get paid, all in one place. You know the fucking deal. In this day and age, everyone needs a website. You know, if you don't have a website, you basically don't exist. And that's where Squarespace comes in. I like it because it's easy to use. I like their AI-assisted tools, and I would recommend it to anyone in my life except for one person, and I don't want to elaborate on why. Thomas. Yeah. Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer services and get paid all in one place, from consultations to events, experiences. Showcase your offerings with a customizable website design to attract clients. Grow your business. Get paid on time with professional on-brand invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools. I know you guys know what all this shit means. Get discovered fast with integrated Squarespace SEO tools. Every website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions, and auto-generated sitemap, and more. So you can show up more often on search engines and bring in more of your ideal customers. That's awesome. Squarespace makes it easy to showcase your expertise and engage clients with video content on your website. Upload and organize your videos, create stunning video libraries, and even monetize your content by adding a paywall. Perfect for online courses, exclusive tutorials, and premium workshops. Do I have to read all of those? Make smarter business decisions with Squarespace intuitive built-in analytics tools. Review website traffic, learn where to focus engagement, and track revenue from bookings, invoices, or product sales all in one place. So guys, here's where we come in. Go to check out squarespace.com/TAFS for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code TAFS to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/TAFS for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code TAFS to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. You've got places to be. Sitting in the waiting room for hair loss treatment isn't one of them. Hims makes expert care accessible on your schedule, so you can skip the line and focus on feeling like yourself again. Hims offers convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work, including chews, oral medications, serums, and sprays. Doctor-trusted ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil can stop further hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hims brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatment plans that puts your goals first. No hidden fees, no surprise costs, just real personalized care on your schedule. Think of Hims as your digital front door that gets you back to your old self with simple 100% online access to trusted treatments for real health concerns all in one place. For simple online access to personalized and affordable care for hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/TAFS. That's hims.com/TAFS for your free online visit. hims.com/TAFS. Featured products include compounded drug products with the FDA does not approve. Verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for full details, restrictions, and important safety information. Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. How much involvement did you have in like transactions?
Everything. Everything was my final decision.
Yeah. And so you like developed into like you had to learn the cap and you
all
had the CBA, all that stuff.
All of it. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think the worst trade was in NBA history?
I don't know. Maybe there were a couple trades in February of 2025 that weren't that good, but I don't want to judge.
Which one was it?
I think there was a deal with the Lakers, but I forget.
No, what did that do to you? Did you feel like you put 20 years into something and then you were like, what the fuck has happened?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember exactly where I was. I was talking to Governor Andy Beshear, speaking of governors,
of
right?
Kentucky.
Of Kentucky, yeah. Literally, I was at a healthcare event, or at an event talking about healthcare, and there was like 6 or 7 people, politicians and shit, and we were having a beer, and I got a text from our general manager, and he's like, hey, give me a call. Nico, yeah. And
you hired him.
I hired him.
Do you regret it?
Yeah, in hindsight now, it was a mistake, but whatever. But yeah, he was like, Mark, call me, and I did. And that's when he told me about it, I thought he was asking me as opposed to telling me. He's like, no, it's done. I'm like, what the fuck? And that was it.
When you own a team, do you feel like there's like an extra kind of layer of responsibility? Because you have a responsibility kind of to a community, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like
I would say it all the time. I didn't own the team. I just was responsible for the bills and the fans on the team.
Yeah, and like to some extent, like I mean, it's not your fault. If something goes wrong, there's like God forbid, but there's like a domestic violence. If something goes right, like then a guy from the like an Eagles fan will get to eat a piece of poo-poo.
Right?
Yeah,
you got to set your sights high.
The community kind of depends on it.
No, I mean, look, when you're winning, when you're going on like the Eagles or whatever, you're going on a championship run,
and they love
the whole city. Yeah. The whole city's on fire.
Yeah. And it's their favorite food, a poop hoagie. So why did you decide to sell? I mean, like it had to. You had 20 years. You had like
23 years. Yeah.
You 23 years. You love that shit. You were loving it more than any other owner.
But it got to the point where
your kids had to have been like having so much fun.
They were
Right?
having fun, but I was, I don't want it to be a situation where they felt forced to follow my footsteps. Because I've seen other teams where the son takes over, and kind of like it's just the expectation.
Oh, your
or
son
even-
is a problem?
No, my son is cool as hell. He loves basketball.
Yeah,
he was
but
pissed
he would
as
fuck
shit.
up the team, you're saying?
No, he wouldn't fuck up the team.
You're saying your son is worse than Nico Harrison?
No, my son would run circles around Nico Harrison. My son knows his shit, right? Football even more than basketball. But, it was just to the point where it just wasn't as much fun anymore, and I wanted to do this healthcare thing, and that was starting to take off. And I don't want my kids to feel the pressure to follow my footsteps. Yeah. And it was just like, it was a constant battle. And, inside the NBA, it was all about valuations. Like when I first got started with David Stern, and then even when Adam took over, it was all about fans and making the league better and improving the experience.
And the global profile.
Yeah,
too.
and all that stuff too. They were smart. They were smarter than I was in that stuff. But then all of a sudden, teams changed hands, and all the meetings were about, valuations and not about improving the teams or improving the game itself. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, I don't need this shit anymore.
In do you feel like you sold at the top?
No.
Was it? No.
No, I left money on the table.
Because it didn't feel like a Mark Cuban deal, right?
Because I expected.
The Bucks got like a similar valuation right after you sold, right?
Yeah.
And it's like that's
different markets.
It's a smaller market.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I left money on the table. Financially, it was not a good move for me, or I made mistakes. And I did it that way because I expected that I would continue to run the team, right? And that's just not what happened. And
what was your title after that? Basketball operations? Or
no, it was going to be in charge of basketball operations, but the league had these stipulations, and we couldn't get it into the contract. And I trusted the guy, and the guy didn't live up to what he shook hands on. And
Did he force you out, or the league forced you out of?
Basically, Nico forced me out because
the guy you hired.
The guy I hired got the new
killed
guy.
Your son?
Yeah, right.
Jesus Christ.
Got the new guy to basically trust him and ignore me.
Do you think Nico Harrison's done better with his role overseeing Trump's trade policy?
I noticed the similarities.
Yeah.
I think he has.
Is the tariff thing a Nico joint?
You know what? I think you're right.
I think
because tie it back, right? Nobody really gets this, but you were the first, right? Tennis shoes, manufactured overseas.
I call them basketball shoes.
Basketball shoes, basketball shoes, sneakers, manufactured overseas.
Right.
Tariffs.
Right.
So because Nike manufactures everything overseas, right? And it's not just
Jews, of course. Yeah.
Right? And so, of course.
There's a speculation that that Miriam Adelson wants to move the team to Tel Aviv. What do you think? What do you make of that?
I don't.
You don't think that?
No.
Yeah. Did it change your whole perspective on the whole what's going on over there thing at the trade?
No.
It
I actually
didn't?
like Miriam. Yeah, Miriam's cool.
She's
we
cool.
made an agreement not to talk politics, and that.
Right, you and Miriam. Yeah. Here is a question though. There is a speculation about the what's happening in Austin, lobbying in Austin for the gaming. It's a red state. It's the single biggest donor to the Republican Party, the Adelsons. Why have they been unsuccessful in Austin? I don't understand.
I mean,
it doesn't make sense to me.
Texas politics is a different beast.
Well, they don't go to work. They go to work like 2 months a year.
Right. Yeah. Every 2 years. Every 2 years. Every 2 years they go to work. Right. and so it's just a different beast. And there's the people in charge have got to be able to bring the bill and all this stuff. I'm not into the Texas politics.
Trump was literally like, Miriam gives so much money, like she wanted the Golan Heights, I gave her the Golan Heights. And she got the Golan Heights, but she couldn't get a casino in Dallas?
Weird. That shows you who has the power.
Greg Abbott? Oh. No, but she does. No, it doesn't. It's a.
Like I said, even more power than the president.
Do you think that there's why, what happened? Like why was Luka offered one team? Do you think do the people of Dallas, or do you, as a former owner, feel satisfied in an explanation? Do you feel like...
No one was satisfied with the explanation.
But why one team? I'm a Laker fan too, so you don't even have to... don't actually fine, it's fine. Israel wanted a family. No, but what,
It made no sense to anybody.
It made no sense, right?
It was like, if you're going to trade him, okay, you can make an argument you're going to trade him. But at least get as much as Desmond Bain. I'm not here.
Who is it? Miriam?
Miriam, right?
Yeah.
Bathroom repair guys.
There you see, there's like literally a toilet. in
I
the
saw.
hall.
Yeah, I saw.
It's so embarrassing.
I
This
saw
guy
someone
has-
that used it. That was the embarrassing part. Am I wrong? Right? There was shit in there. Look, wait, let's go back to this. Right?
Does it feel?
Wait, let's go back to this. Right?
What is this? I don't even.
I'm rich. I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
Nobody ever fucking invites me to that shit, right?
But yeah,
the
you didn't even
Trilateral
get on the
Commission.
island.
I didn't get an email.
Did you feel like a loser a little bit, like not finding your name more in the?
No, no, that shit, no. But I'm
No,
just talking
a
about the
little bit.
Trilateral Commission, right?
Oh yeah.
Come on.
The protocols of the elders. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the real shit.
Did,
like
did you at least get an invite to one of the Sterling freak-offs?
No. But
What was it like seeing that guy at the Board of Governors?
it was different. And it wasn't the Board of Governors
Or
meetings.
whatever.
He would have gatherings, like when they had the All-Star game there or whatever. Oh my God, it was kind of weird, yeah.
I had Blake on the show, and I was like, he would bring in like other like gargoyles to be like, these are the tremendous bodies of the beautiful boys on the team. Blake said he was in a towel, and Sterling took his hand and he goes, "My best player, hip hip hooray!" And he lifted his hand up.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. You didn't go do anything like that? You just in the locker room? You didn't say, this is Heshi Teshowitz, this is Miriam Adelson.
Heshi was a legend, though.
Heshi Teshowitz,
Heshi was a
Miriam
legend.
Adelson.
Heshi never
Look at
wore. You knew it was Heshi because he never wore it.
Look at DeAndre Jordan. What was that guy like? Tell me a little bit.
DJ? DeAndre?
No.
Oh, Donald Sterling?
DS.
DS. He was different.
He looked like Smeagol a little bit, no?
He was prototypical, that's for sure. Like,
What did he say to that V, his girlfriend?
yeah,
He's like, I don't want to see you with black guys.
It was
just
sad.
like- he was a racist? Yeah.
I mean, and literally, like, I went to one thing I think that the NBA put on that he hosted because it was always really
A
uncomfortable.
white party?
It was a white party.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, but it was NBA hosted. I think it was All-Star game or something. And it was always uncomfortable. And he reminded me of my old Jewish grandfather.
Oh,
who
you
was
think
a
your
little
grandfather was like that?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so, you know,
Cuban with an eye.
yeah, and it was just like, my grandfather was a little bit racist and he just reminded me of that.
Yeah, but that's what a grandfather is, honestly. Yeah. Fair play. Wait, did you have a relationship with Jerry when you were in Dallas?
Jerry Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get along great with Jerry.
Yeah. What's that? I have a question. Like, did it you're the owner of the team? Did it feel like you know that clip? Do you see the clip of Jerry talking about like he's like 5'9", 4'4", 40, 280 pounds, 8.5 inches hard. Did you about one of his players?
I missed that. I missed that one.
There's a lot of measuring in sports.
And you're the one bringing it up every single time.
Not penises. I mean, just guys' bodies. It's a little bit. You have to hire maybe a black guy to do the measuring. You don't want to be measuring as a white guy. That's the owner.
Do you need a job?
The owner of my team. I'm not saying the penises. I'm just saying like how high they can jump and you just a little bit. You don't want to do the measuring.
You go back to it a lot.
Not the penis, dude. You got a nasty mind, dude. I had Kevin on the show.
Which Kevin?
Your Kevin O'Leary.
Oh, Kevin O'Leary?
You know Shark Tank's real to him?
His what?
I think Shark Tank is real for him.
I mean,
He's
real.
like, and I can't stand when Barbara and Lori tell me. I was like, I like when you yell at kids. And he's like, and Barbara, and I can see their idea. It stinks like shit. I can smell it from over here. And Barbara and Lori are telling these little 4-year-olds, oh, it's a great idea.
That's Kevin.
I'm like, it's
That's
real?
Kevin.
I'm like,
That's
it's
Kevin.
real? It's not just TV?
No, it's real for sure.
You left the show.
Yeah.
You miss it.
I missed the people. It was fun
He
to
cried when you left. I saw.
He did.
You guys did a cheers.
see.
and
We
he
did the
cried.
cheer. Yes, thanks for
It was
watching.
very tender.
It was tender. It was a good moment. I mean, all the Sharks got along great, and the crew and everybody, you know. And we had
Yeah.
our shit eater too, and so we all celebrated them. And
Who, Barbara?
no, not Barbara.
Oh, sorry.
Staff. Yeah.
Barbara's
Barbara's a beast.
Barbara's a beast.
Oh my God! Like
Barbara's a
the
beast.
outtakes in Shark Tank
Yeah.
would be like the #1 rated show because half the time, if there's a good-looking guy comes in to pitch, here's Barbara as they're walking up.
I feel like Barbara can just dates like Brazilian 22-year-olds.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, like not just one.
Lori too?
No,
Oh,
no, not just one. Like Barbara wants them all. Like
Yeah.
she's like, I'm at that point in my life where just bring it hard, baby.
Bro.
Oh, Barbara's a freak.
Barbara Friedland.
I love her
I
to
knew
death.
it. We were talking about this yesterday. Boys. Of
And
course,
I
Barbara
love her.
Friedland.
You know what? When she had
How
her,
did we get this? Because we were like going to ask about it. We're like, oh, Barbara.
wait, you know what happened at her birthday party, right?
No.
Where she had a birthday party. We're like, where's Barbara? Where's Barbara? And everybody's like, special surprise.
She was stuffing? No.
Worse.
No, worse than stuffing.
Worse
I think
than
stuffing is nice.
But no, in a party with 100 people, but
It's her party.
there's a casket.
No.
And literally, we all walk up and they say last rites, and then Barbara gets out of the casket.
Hilarious!
And the party starts. And
Was
so,
she wearing like a sexy outfit or something, or like a bikini, like a jumping out of a cake?
No,
Yeah.
just
No,
regular.
just
No,
regular.
just regular.
We love Barbara.
I love Barbara to death. She's the best.
Tell me, how did Damon go from a common street hustler to a fashion entrepreneur? I'm sorry. I've watched so much of that show because, like, I do stand up on the road, and when you're in a hotel,
And it's just on CNBC
you
all
just watch
day.
Shark Tank for like 9 hours. Go to the comedy club, go back, see Kevin yell at a child. I want to talk to you about your pharmaceutical
Cost
project.
plus drugs.
Yeah. One thing that I listen. I'm not I know nothing about business, right? I literally, I'm a psychopath. Whatever this is, I don't know. Like, this is my business.
And it's a good business. Your mom is
and
proud.
the business is good.
The business is good.
Okay, but is it true that Trump has his own Trump Drugs company?
Yeah, Trump RX.
Did he? And he copied?
Yeah. But his
The
is not
president?
as good. His does not measure up.
What is your just?
So my
explain-
company's called
wait.
costplusdrugs.com.
Okay.
And what it is, it's a very transparent pharmacy. So when you go to costplusdrugs.com, you can put in the name, and unlike anywhere else, we'll show you our cost. We just
Yeah.
mark it up 15%, $5 for shipping, and you save a lot of money.
Okay.
Right? And so we've saved millions of people a shit ton of money, and they thought it was a good idea. So
Yeah.
they copied us, but we still work with them because I don't care. As long as people get cheap meds, I'm happy.
Yeah. And so then Trump, now there's Trump Drugs or whatever?
Trump RX.
Yeah. You were kind of positioning yourself as kind of the anti-Trump billionaire for a second.
Yeah, and
there.
it's just, he is who he is.
Now
and-
you're best friends with him? You made
No,
a deal. You
no,
made a
I
deal.
haven't talked to him
You went to
yet.
the island, you made a deal? He said that they're 500% cheaper.
1,000.
But how's that? What does that mean?
It means they're cheaper than.
So you get like
So
if
the
a
way-
drug is $9, you get if a drug is $100, then you get $900 back.
That's what makes Trump RX so
That's
good.
what makes him so good.
What do you?
at
That's
the-
why all
that's
those
the art
crypto
of the-
deals.
That's the art of the deal.
The art of the deal,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You make all the money on crypto, and then you give it back when you sell
Yeah.
people drugs.
From the Qatar or something. It's so white trash these days.
It's Qatar.
Qatar. The president shouldn't be making money off of being the president, right? Isn't there a rule somewhere?
As long as the big guy gets 10%, right? I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
that they would fuck with Biden, who maybe did, maybe didn't, and then make all this money from crypto and everything else.
Yeah. Would you see yourself getting involved in politics? No.
No, I don't have the temperament for
You
it.
don't have the temperament. Yeah. What if Kevin was running? And you're like,
Kevin
I have
did
to-
run in Canada.
in Canada. I know.
Yeah, he did run in Canada.
And he ran on the
And
child's.
they ran him out the door.
Child
yeah.
hate party. I want to just real quick, I know we have 5 minutes, but I want to get to this year in the NBA. There have been two major kind of stories break.
Uh-huh.
There's been the Ballmer story and then the gambling story.
Yeah.
And I think gambling does kind of naturally. It was something that Stern was kind of keeping away from the league. I guess the first question is does a David Stern NBA do these scandals break like they have in a Stern administration?
It's just shit changes around you no matter who you are.
Really?
Right? So I don't think he could have stopped it.
Yeah.
And I love David to death.
Yeah. You had a long-standing rivalry with the refs, right? And it is understood that when Donaghy was going to turn state's witness and then go back in, and then it was leaked to the Post that Donaghy was with the mafia, and then it kind of prohibited him from wearing a wire, with the rest of the refs. Can you tell us a little bit about Stern kind of, it seems nipped that in the bud before.
Yeah, he did, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It seemed
because
like
I
David
was
Stern
so-
knew where the bodies were buried.
Oh, for sure.
And Adam Silver is more like a company man.
no, they're both the same. They're both very, very smart.
They're
And
both murderers.
Nah,
Yeah.
they're both.
Oh, yeah.
But you
Of
know,
course.
they make more. The more the league thrives, the more they get paid. But I think both of them, David and Adam, really truly want to see the NBA succeed. And as much as they try to protect it, it's just you're dealing with 450, 485, 18 to 25 or 18 to 40-year-olds, right? You get that many guys together, things are going to fuck up somewhere.
Are the refs like is it bullshit?
I think the refs try their hardest. I never had a problem with the refs per se.
Who's the biggest dickhead? Who's your
The
worst?
dickheads are the ones that are the management of
What
the
about
refs.
Scott?
Scott Foster?
Yeah.
I got along with Scott Foster,
Yeah.
right? I would give him shit, and he would yell at me back or whatever, but I never really
He
had
hates
problems.
Chris Paul, right?
Yeah, he definitely
Yeah.
hates. He's got a
We
lot
all
of guys.
do. We
Yeah,
all
right?
do. Fuck man.
But the problem was always the people who managed them. They were the idiots.
Yeah.
They had no clue what they were doing. They still don't know what they're doing.
Heshi Teshwitz.
Heshi Teshwitz
Yeah.
knows.
So like I watched your podcast with Pablo. I guess we'll close on this because we have 2 minutes now.
We can go a little bit later. That's
Okay,
fine. Yeah.
amazing. He's having the best time ever. It was plausible that it's like Steve Ballmer is successful and as he is, it's kind of stupid to write a check for $10 to a company and then they write a check for $10 to Kawhi Leonard, right? Like drug dealers are better at like
Much better.
kind of washing money than
Right,
that.
right.
But like there is an aspect of it is like if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck or whatever the.
Yeah, but
I
if
don't
you know
how
the
rest of
NBA,
it
see, that's what I would tell Pablo, right? If you've been through all the shit and how it works
With
with
Glenn
agents,
Taylor, of course, yeah.
yeah,
right.
with Joe Smith,
Yeah.
But it didn't make any sense to me. That's all.
Yeah.
And I've been in situations where I've invested in companies that turned out to be scams and I didn't know it, so I got that part.
Yeah.
And I've been in situations where
I read somewhere you lost $590 million on Shark Tank. Is that true?
no,
Yeah, collectively.
no,
Yeah, that's
no.
what I've read. In the Wall Street Journal.
Yo, Beatbox Beverages though, just my Shark Tank company bought a third of it for $1 million. Just sold to Budweiser for $600 million.
Let's give it up for that. Beatbox Beverages.
Beatbox guys are good.
Sounds
folks.
like a thing that an adult drinks, not a
Yes,
child
sir.
after a long day at school. Wait, can I ask you about? So let's go back to the Ballmer thing. Like, I guess the league had to wait for All-Star to investigate it, right?
No, I'm sure they're investigating it now and
Yeah.
have been. And it says something that it wasn't obvious because they haven't done anything yet. And even with Pablo, when he came out with new stuff, right? I mean, even he'll tell you there were no smoking guns. There was just, you could, like you said, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck.
I mean, he
from the
never
outside.
did. He never did one endorsement, anything.
But they tried
Why?
to use him for that stuff, right? But on the flip side, they
But they
never
didn't-
paid out the full contract that they promised him.
Yeah, but like he got paid. Like the next highest endorsement was like $25.
He's Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, he's the least charismatic NBA superstar.
No, he's so understated. I mean, I think he's hysterical.
Have you seen that clip of him talking about SpongeBob?
No, I have not.
Oh my god, you gotta see this, dude. Who's your biggest miss? Like, who did you miss on? Like, what player do you wish you got?
Oh, there's so many of them. Like Tyrese Maxey was a big miss for us recently. Greek Freak was probably the biggest.
Who,
coulda got-
Stavros? Yeah.
Stavros, yeah.
You know him? Wow, that's famous. Yeah, this is funny, dude. You gotta see this.
SpongeBob starting because he just wild. He gonna get it started for it. Scooby Doo second. I need him to figure out what's going on.
This guy's got entertainment chops. I don't care what anybody says.
Peter's funny.
When he retires, he's
he
the
would
next
trade
Blake.
Come
Come on, you can't do that. When he retires, he's the next Blake Griffin.
No, I mean we know Ant is
Ant's pretty cool.
He's gonna win an Academy Award.
Ant was talking so much shit to me. I love Ant.
Do you see he was talking shit to Obama? He's
Yeah,
like,
I know,
"Who
which
the
is
fuck
great."
Are you? The president? He's like, I would kill you. One-on-one, I would fucking snatch your soul.
That's what he said. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just-
Was there ever a call for an investigation after the Luka trade? Like, did anyone?
I don't know because I was out of it.
You
I
were
wasn't
out.
the governor by then. Yeah.
Very convenient.
Very convenient,
Very
yeah.
convenient. Do you miss it? You want
Yeah,
back?
sometimes I do. When we do stupid shit
You
like the
gotta
Luka
get the
trade.
fucking tea back from Israel, dude. They're like,
Yeah, I
come
mean,
on, bro.
I miss it because I think the fans have gotten let down, and I
Yeah.
think because I kind of let them down. So that's what bothers me
Yeah.
most.
I mean, like, I was a little suspicious when they got AD. I love AD, but Chris Middleton, finally, they've made it right. They got someone better.
You know what? Sometimes you got to go full circle.
Jesus Christ, man.
I love Chris too.
That was 23 years of your fucking work.
Yeah.
And then
Sometimes it's time to move on.
And then someone just fucking
Fucked it up. Yeah.
Fucked it up immediately.
But, you know, it was, as much as I loved it and as much as I still love the Mavs and always be a Mavs fan, sometimes there's bigger things to do.
So you don't care about the Mavs? You
No,
don't
I love
care
the
about
Mavs.
The city of Dallas. You just like the big ladies. That's it.
Big league.
What is, okay, I'm going to ask you about a quiz on what these companies do. What's Klima?
Klima, oh, that's an old crypto thing.
Yeah. What do they do?
They do they do the same thing as Aspiration does. Yeah, they
With
do carbon
trees?
credits. For
Okay.
real, they do carbon credits.
What is Yendo?
Yendo lets you borrow money against a car.
The yen?
Against
the
a car.
yen. Against a car.
So like if you have no credit and you've got like $2,000 in equity in a beater that you've had and you need $500 to pay the rent, they'll loan you the money on it.
On your payday, perhaps?
Maybe whenever it is. Yeah.
What's Moolah?
Moolah Kicks, so that's women's basketball sneakers. They're badass basketball sneakers, yeah. MoolahKicks.com. Check them out. Moolah Kicks for girls basketball.
What's Foam Party Hats?
Oh, they just got sold.
Yeah,
They
you
just
got
made
it?
some things. Yeah.
Do you ever forget that you have an investment in something?
Oh yeah, because if you go to markcuban.com, I list them all, and so I'm like, is this one of my companies? I sent an email today to somebody, like, is this one of ours? Are we still in this thing? So like, there's some like, what was that one company? Yeah, and I don't.
One of your
remember.
companies is a swimming pool in a truck?
No, that guy. I did it because he was in the Air Force flying jets.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was a fun idea, and I liked the idea of being in a truck, right, drinking a couple beers, in my swimming pool in my truck bed. But that company kind of got put on hold.
Yeah.
And we're looking at having one of the guys who worked for us, his brother, take it over.
There is like a souring attitude nationally. Like it was always kind of like a lefty commie thing to be like the corporations. But like I think post COVID, like now people on the right are like fuck the corporations, right?
Everybody's
like,
fuck the corporations.
There's a souring attitude today nationally, and you think is that felt amongst people that are in the business world? Like is that like
yeah, if you're smart.
Yeah.
Right, because you're starting to see people rebel against the disparity in wealth, the wealth gap, right? And if people are, the worst thing possible for business is when people are rioting or, civil disobedience, whatever it may be, to keep people from going into your store or doing business with you. Mm-hmm. People pay attention now. They didn't necessarily pay attention before.
Yeah.
But if you don't show some compassion as a capitalist, it's going to backfire on you.
You don't have enough money to buy crap that you don't need. Also, that's probably bad.
No, I mean you got to pay the bills.
Party
hats. Easy. To which?
How big are these foam party hats?
They're really fucking big,
Was
right?
Barbara wearing one in the casket?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it wouldn't fit. No, they were like literally these big foam hats that were pretty funny.
If I ever get to a place like in life where I need to get a group together to maybe buy like a third division like soccer team in England. Sam, I mean, we may as well ask.
It's the dream.
Yeah.
The dream?
And then do that thing that like Van Wilder did.
Yeah, Wrexham, like Wrexham. Yeah.
Would you like?
Yeah, I talked to you about it for sure.
Number?
Yeah, I mean, actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea if you went over there, right?
No, I have to be here at my Jewish long form talk.
Oh, that fucks it up.
YouTube style. No, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna be in the owner's box. I'm gonna be fucking taking shots with the guys in the village that eat like the disgusting food. I'm having a
I get offered
lasagna
teams like
tonight.
that. I get offered teams like that all the time. You can do it just like
How much is one of those teams?
I mean, a couple $1 million on the lower levels, and then you work
That's
your way.
nothing to us.
To us, nothing. A rounding error. A rounding error.
Just let me. Just loan me, please.
Get on your knees.
You're not Kevin, dude.
That was a blast. Thank you.
So fun.
That was so much fun. Yeah, that was so much fun.